Hey guys, I'm Nathan. This is Nick. We're the Monzyk brothers. It's our first year with B Point. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a rundown and an update of where we've been. I started out the season in Colorado early September. Went through there, saw some bulls, got close, but didn't end up getting anything. We did a lot of miles, did a lot of elevation climbs. It was a huge learning experience. The mountains are definitely a lot different than the Midwest, but I can't wait to get back. I've got a hunt lined up for next year out there, and yeah, pretty much ready for whitetail season.
So yeah, tying into early season, we were able to get some fall food plots in, and we got permission on another property. We hadn't had permission in a while, so that felt good. We were going after some hitless bucks that were not daylighting at all. Didn't really have any luck with any of our hit listers, so ended up popping a doe. So that felt good to get on the board early with a deer. And really at that point in time, we were just kind of just waiting for things to heat up for the rut. It was pretty slow, really. So the third week of October rolled around, and things were sort of heating up. I was rattled in a couple bucks, 3.5-year-olds, kind of younger, but you could definitely tell that we had a good cold front push through that weekend, and you could definitely tell that things were heating up. So Nate and I were eager to get into the stand Halloween weekend, the following weekend, and which is actually this past weekend. And sure enough, so Friday I got off of work and got in the stand. Luckily Nate hung everything, and I slipped into the stand, probably about an hour left to light. Can't kill them if you're not in the stand, so that was the mentality we had going in. And hit the horns a couple times, and on that second time we heard one right behind us kind of come running in, and then we heard a doe blow, and we didn't really know what was going on. And then we heard some rustling going through these cedars behind us. And next thing you know, Nate looks over and he said, "Deer." And I look over, put the binos on him, and immediately, just like that, I knew he was a shooter. And that really got the blood flowing. So he ended up circling downwind of us.
We expected.
Probably since he was rattling, or since we were rattling.
Right.
But anyways, he was heading kind of like down in this ravine. So I hit him with a grunt, and he kind of came up this shelf, and I drew at him probably about 55, 60 yards, because he was going to walk in this shooting lane that was roughly about 40, and I just wanted to make sure I was drawn. Luckily I got 90% let off on those elites, because I was drawn for about 2.5 to 3 minutes on this buck, because he came up and he was just so intrigued on what we were, I guess, or what he was smelling. He never picked us out or anything. But so anyways, he came around the tree, and I'm drawing back, and look, I was hoping he'd come closer, but he got to about 40 yards, slightly quartered to 2. Next thing you know, he stomped a couple times, and I knew at that point I was now or never. I had to take that shot. So I aimed straight 40, slightly on the lower half of the deer, and as soon as I let that arrow fly, he ducked and turned, and right when I released that arrow, I just knew that something didn't feel good about the shot. I actually thought I missed it. Right off the bat, I thought I missed it, but Nate's like, "There's no way you missed it. It looked like you definitely hit it." So immediately, I knew the shot wasn't the best, and typically I don't shoot at alert deer at 40 yards. It's not the most ideal thing to do. I was at full draw, and actually when I shot, it was kind of when he looked away a little bit, so I thought I could, kind of catch him by surprise. But looking at the video, he ducked probably, what do you say, like 12 inches, I'd say.
He ducked enough. If it wouldn't have ducked, it would have been right in the wheelhouse, I would say.
Yeah, pretty close to it. So anyways, we gave him some time. We backed out. When we went back in, found the arrow. Wasn't hardly any blood on it. Some fat and some deer hair. There was a little blood, but we thoroughly checked the right where he ran and just did not find any blood until probably about 80 yards out. And then the trail kind of started to pick up a little bit. Still wasn't bleeding a whole lot, but we tracked him and we ended up coming to a standstill point. This is probably 6 hours into when we first came up on the arrow. So we could not find any more blood, so we ended up just grid searching, and unfortunately we were unsuccessful in retrieving that deer. I think he's still alive, personally. Hopefully we get him back on the camera and hopefully get another poke at him.
Yeah, that was a tough situation, but that's hunting. You'll have people that say that I've had deer jump at 20, 25 yards or 15 yards, and then I've read a lot about people saying that once they get out past 30 yards, they don't jump the string because they can't hear. Actually, completely relevant experience was that deer that I shot at a few years ago. I literally compensated for a drop at 40 yards, and that deer did not even drop, and it was dead silent that night, and it went right. It literally went right where I aimed. It went right underneath.
Right.
So that's just a situation that, sometimes some people will say take the shot. It's a great decision. Sometimes people will be like, hey, maybe that's not the best thing to do right now. But in all honesty, no one actually knows what that deer is going to do. You can only make an educated guess.
So going into Saturday, we were optimistic. We kept our heads up. This time of the year, you just never know what's going to happen. You don't get very, very many opportunities at mature bucks, and when you do, and something like that happens, it just really tears you up. So basically, we just went in with a positive attitude, and I got behind the camera, and it was Nate's turn up the bat. So
yeah, basically this whole week it's been positive mindset, positive results. No matter what happens, if you stay positive, you're gonna be able to make a lot more calls. You're gonna take pressure off of yourself rather than putting it on. So Nick slipped in behind the camera yesterday morning, went in, saw some bucks, saw some movement, made an adjustment, went and did a hanging hunt in a spot that we've never hunted before. And once again, I hit the horns after a couple of grunts and had a buck come right in on us. Kind of a thicker spot right there. He came through a shelf. And I looked up and I said, hey, Nick, buck, here he comes. And he walked directly into us, and turned sideways. I stopped him and just pegged him right there at 12 yards. So it was a absolutely lowest of lows leading to the highest of highs. And that absolutely just completely describes whitetail hunting.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like I had knots in my stomach from shooting that one Friday night, and just going from that point to
that, yeah,
celebrating for Nate to get one. So,
right, and now you're sitting back behind the string again tonight. It's
right,
So
yeah, it's Sunday, November 1st, and we're heading back out this evening. Gonna go hang and hunt this evening on a new spot that we found a lot of sign in. So looking forward. Things are definitely heating up here. I think we're definitely gonna see some chasing here very soon. It's about that time of year.
Yep. Cold front push through.
And looking forward to the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have rifle season.
Right, and then Orange Army hits the woods. So anyways, just want to give you guys an update, and stick with us through season. Should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Good luck to everybody out there.
Yep, stay safe. See you guys.